And we are back to some Pokemon Masters. I've been playing this game a little bit more recently. I haven't really touched it after my first official video, my first initial video when the game first dropped and everything. It's kind of a running trend with me. When a new game comes out that I find some sort of interest in, I play it for a little bit and then I stop for like 2 or 3, 4 months or something like that. And if I don't pick it back up, it's more likely that I never will. And that was not the case. Hey, we're back at it. Here we go. Yep, this is the team I'm running currently. I'm running a more of a grass theme. I feel like Rosa is still very good as a support character, running alongside of Brendan, who I did pull when he first dropped, before he could evolve. And I made the mistake of evolving Rosa over Brendan because I evolved Rosa before Brendan got his evolution, so now I gotta get the crystals again. And then when Lyra came out, in terms of Pokemon, Johto Gen 2 is my favorite. My second favorite being Sinnoh, and I would say my third favorite probably being the Kalos region. Probably. Either that or Kanto, whichever one. But Johto is my favorite, so I saw Lyra, and she is the female main protagonist of the Johto region. I'm like, ooh, I want that. I love the Johto region. This is gonna be another thing where I pull for my favorite Pokemon trainers and stuff. I pulled two of her in the first multi, and then I went to go for the pull of the girl. Her name was Hilda, I believe. And I pulled another one. Yeah. So I don't really know what dudes do yet in Pokemon Masters. If someone can fill me in down in the comments below, if you know, please, by all means. I will be doing more research. I'm still learning about the game, seeing how I'm still technically relatively new since, I did start a while ago, but I'm just now starting back up. I'm not the guy to come to for info just yet, so don't come to me. But there are some things about the Pokemon Masters that I do want to talk about. One being the co-op, and two, the state of the game, and, things like that. So let's go ahead and jump into some co-op, since I did unlock that just last night. So, the thing about co-op, that I more or less like is, and I say more or less is because, with these hard challenges, even in the single player, there are no specific requirements to beat them. You just have to beat them. So you have to power through and beat them. While the difficulty is relatively high on a lot of the single things, while the difficulty is relatively high for the single player challenges, enough to warrant, this is something I really have to persevere through. You jump over to co-op. So instead of you bringing along one trainer to fit onto a sync team, you're bringing all three of these people. So I'm bringing along Lyra, Brendan, and Rosa, while 2 other people are bringing on 3 other trainers. So that's 9 trainers in total that the enemy team has to take down. That's 9 Pokemon that they have to take down. Now, is that really too much of a problem? Not really. It's just there's no... How do I say this? There's no risk, pretty much. I've only done... I've done up to 3 runs so far on both difficulties, so I can clear that first challenge, so I can get the items and everything. And it's I'm already at that point where I'm well, do I want to keep going? I'm the kind of a person who likes a challenge. And the fact that this isn't really presenting me much of a challenge while I am grabbing my materials, I'm losing my focus relatively quickly. And it's more of a casual grind. And that's okay. Me personally, it's just I wish the difficulty was a little higher. I wish we weren't bringing in 3 people. I feel like that adds just a little too much to the co-op. I love the unity attacks. I love that you get your own gauge and everything. That's pretty much what I anticipated. But, bringing all 3 of us along, it just, it takes a little bit. But, maybe things will flesh out. I don't think they're going to change the whole, bringing 3 people along, but hopefully we'll get some difficulty spikes in the future, so we don't have to, so we're not just sitting here just okay, mind-numbingly pressing the things just to get through it, just to get the items. That's just me. I'm sure there's a lot of people who enjoy the fact that it's a casual grind that you can level up your character so you can further enhance your single-player stuff, and that's just fine. That's just a little bit of an impact with mine, but let's go ahead and get started. It's going to take a bit because it runs on the one-time speed. I'm telling you guys, my fingers tap at the speed of sound for this 3-time stuff. Ooh, all right, so we got a Hilda. I don't know who the hell that is. All right. So, as mentioned before, like the Unity attacks, I want to talk about that real quick. I love the Unity attacks. Like, they're really cool. It's like a really cool way to co-op with everyone. And I find that, just really, really neat. Let's go ahead and dive ahead. Oh, I'm more of a support. These guys here, they're probably going to be doing a lot more damage than I am. But my whole role is most definitely support. I buffed them up. I'm going to switch out into my Grovile so I can start pressing for damage so we can get this done. All right. And I mean, I guess it's kind of a good thing that, we do have the 3 trainers, just so we're not locked to just one. And it kind of makes sense that we can switch out into other Pokemon, as the enemy team can. I am pretty much just sitting here hoping that they add something with more difficulty in the future, because this is relatively easy. I want to shoot off. We got to shoot off some leaf storms and stuff before that sync moves go off. I'm not gonna wait for it to come back. We're gonna go ahead and Bullet Seed, because we got Unity Chain going on. I'm not going to bother debuffing anymore, and as soon as that sync move goes off, we're going to switch, because the enemy team always has that, always have that thing where whenever they use your sync move, they reset your stats back to the thing. So Lyra will come back out afterwards. Yeah, no, we're gonna prep the switch because it's gonna take us a bit to do it. We have more before us. We're gonna prep the switch, have Lyra come back out. Woo! Yeah, it's a good thing I'm prepping that switch. Let's just hope I don't get hit. No, I am next. Oh, she brought out Ember. Why didn't you have that out first? Let's go ahead and Sunny side up. We're going to Dire Hit all. And we're going to keep Lyra out for the sync move, because her sync move is relatively powerful. Her sync move runs off of having the more buffs that she has on, the more power it does, pretty much. And I like that. I'm pretty sure having dupes also raises the we're gonna hit the I forget the name of that thing. I'm awful with names, guys. You know this by now. But I'm pretty sure having more dupes in your characters raises the power of your sync moves. That's what I want to believe. I'm still unsure. So like I said, if anyone can tell me down below. If not, I'll do the research myself. I'll figure it out eventually. God, that did like no damage. Well, there's the Pig Knight. Oh God. Oh no. We're gonna light screen before that sync moves goes off. God. We're just doing no damage to that thing. It's funny how I said this offers like no difficulty like whatsoever right now, and here we are just sitting here struggling. We're doing no damage. This typically doesn't. Disregard this, guys. Disregard this. This typically doesn't happen. Of course, the time that I want to show it off and record and stuff. But we're gonna tank that sync move, and then we're probably gonna switch out to Rosa. Because Rosa has the rest of our buffs for the team. So let's go ahead and get everyone nice and juiced. There we go. That Chandelure should be able to, like, really, really hurt this. I'm just going to keep up the attacking just so we can... Rosa's not going to do much damage. My Superior's not going to do much damage. But we're trying to get that the unity gauge up. Woo! There we go. There we go. Come on, can we end this? Not quite. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably taking down Superior. There we go. Okay. She's down. Whew. Yeah, okay. You know, that took a little longer than it usually does. It usually takes me about like 2 minutes to get through that. But I'm also not maxed either, so I'm not really much of a help. Now, this is the next thing I wanted to talk about. The completion rewards are relatively generous, and I do enjoy the fact that we have a set completion reward of 13. The battle rewards, however, are something that I can see getting touched upon in the future. Dissidia does something that I absolutely adore, and Dokkan has started to take on this trend as well. So, what we're going to do... Come on, load up. There we go. Exchange items. So, you need 300 for these damn things. And 100 just for a replay ticket, and 50 or whatever. You need 300 of these things if you want to get one of each. That's 900. It's 1,000. 1,000 that you have to grind up. Remember that number. 1,000 of these things that you have to grind up. You get 13 guaranteed for doing a hard mode. And give or take maybe 2 or 4 that you get from the battle rewards. Guys, that is abysmal. That is awful. That means that you have to sit here and grind that 100 times. 100 times just to get all this stuff. That is ridiculous. That is, oh my lord, that's insane. So, the one thing that I wish that this game would add, much like other gacha games, what I wish that they would add is a means of actually doubling or tripling the amount of items that you can get. The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia does it literally the best. Like, they offer you these books for 1/2 hour. You can double or triple the amount of rewards that you get. And depending on the book that you're using, you get triple the amount of XP, the in-game currency, which is gil, or triple the amount of treasure that you get. This game can very much benefit to that. This game is a very grindy haul. Even the story is still very grindy haul. I grinded out all the way up to chapter 11 so I can unlock the co-op last night. And it just takes a while, getting through it all and everything. Like, the animations, yes, sure, they're nice. Everything looks nice about the game, but like everything just takes a long time to get through, and the grind is no different. Like it takes so long. Like it is such a hefty grind. You know what I mean? And like sure, like people can argue that adds longevity, but it's adding the wrong kind of longevity. Whereas like Dissidia, you can literally just slap on a 3 times book when a new co-op event comes down, sit down for a half hour, just running some co-op with either some buddies or some randoms, and then you'll earn enough tokens to buy everything in the shop so you can continue to grind something else. This is basically sitting here telling me that if I want to sit down and grind all that, rounded estimately, we can round it up to maybe about 15. We're still sitting here doing those runs about 80 times to get all those things from the shop. And you don't really even need the 4 or the 3-star. Technically, you don't. But I mean, if you don't have any luck on pulling on the banners and getting a 5-star, the 3 and 4-star are going to help get your 3 stars to 4 and then to 5 stars. Like, you're going to need that. And then we most definitely want the 5-star one. So it's like, in a sense, like if you want all of that stuff from the thing, you gotta sink like that's hours, guys. That's hours of time. And I feel like the game right now could surely benefit from getting, a means of doubling or even tripling the amount of rewards that you get. I don't think that would ruin anything at all. Doken has even hopped on doing something like that. Even sure, you can only do it 3 times within a certain set of time frame, but it's still something, and it helps a ton, especially with the way the boost works sometimes in Doken. So I feel like that's something that they can definitely add. Extra difficulty for co-op. Another thing that I feel like they can add, I can feel like they can add mission requirements. Not so much to complete it and get the base item that we saw, but so for example, if you get through that co-op stage and no one goes down, you get an extra item. If you go through that stage in this amount of time, you get an extra item. If you go through this stage in this amount of turns, you get an extra item. Things like that. I feel like that can help, and that can really incentivize people to, get everyone going and get everything like working together and things like that. I don't know. I feel like that's something that can make, the co-op a little more worthwhile doing. You know what I mean? Because technically, if you wanted, you could just sit down and, well, you can't actually, because there's no way of getting those items without doing co-op. So X-nay on that. Yeah, so it's all solely co-op. So it gives you the, besides the incentive of getting those little book items, you can get gets you incentivized to do other things, to do the co-op even more, so you can get other rewards and such, as a means of other grinding, because it doesn't specifically have to be those books. You complete those challenges, you can get level up manuals, you can get training items, you can get the extra bottles, to help raise your characters up, like raise the level caps and things like that. I feel like we just need a little bit more. I think the co-op needs a little more oomph. I think the co-op needs a little bit more of a work with it in order for me to be like, okay, yeah, I really want to do this. You know what I mean? So, this is not a rant video by any means. I am enjoying my time playing this game. I wouldn't be making another video if I wasn't. It's just things that we can hope for the future. Things that I hope get added to the future to improve the longevity of this game. So we can see how it goes from there. I'll be playing a little bit more. Not sure what I'll be doing video-wise right now. Maybe we'll probably do another co-op video when the Candice event goes away and we get another character event. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.